Today we are going to talk about teen addictions and charts and graphs. First, we are going to talk about types of addiction, and then we are going to talk about causes of addiction, ways to beat addiction, and then we'll do some exercise. At last, we will talk about charts and graphs. So let's start with types of addiction. First one is video game. Second one, we can see some pills, so it is drug addiction. Number 3, you can see an ice cream, so it is food addiction. Number 4, we can see some computers, cell phones, so it is about internet. And then tobacco addiction, we can see a woman is running, so it is exercise addiction. And then we can see a wine cup, so it is alcohol addiction. And then we can see some poker cards, so it is gambling. Finally, we can see some shopping bags, so it is shopping addiction. First, John is suffering from alcohol addiction. He gets drunk every night. So in this sentence, we can see the hint, drunk. James is addicted to exercise. He spends so much time at the gym that he rarely goes out with his friends anymore. So we can see the keywords, gym. Next. Teen drug addiction is a serious problem in Hong Kong. Bertha fills the empty hole in her life with food. Philip lost everything from gambling on slot machines in Macau. Billy spends all his free time on the internet. He is addicted to it. Amber has a shopping addiction. She cannot help buying new clothes. Tobacco addiction can lead to heart disease, lung disease, and cancer. Randy stays up all night playing video games and hardly ever sleeps. Let's look at some examples. Let's do some exercise. So you will see some sentences, and you have to decide which types of addiction they are. On the right hand corner, you will have a timer. You have 1 minute to finish the task. So time's up. Let's look at the answers. The first one, I was up until 4 a.m. last night. I just had to beat the last level. So from this question, we can see the keywords beat the last level. So we can know that it is video game addiction. Second one, I stole my father's beer and wine and can't stop drinking them. So we can see the keywords beer and wine. So it is alcohol addiction. Again, you will have 1 minute to finish the task. So time's up. Let's look at the answers. First one, I can't control myself from eating because it just makes me so happy. So we can see the keyword eating. It is food addiction. Second, sometimes when I'm stressed about school or my family, I have to smoke. So we can see the keyword smoke. It is tobacco addiction. So just like before, you have 1 minute to finish the task. Time's up. First one, I don't think I can live without being online in some way. So we can see the keywords online. Like before, you will have 1 minute to finish the task. So time's up. The first one, shopping makes me so happy after a hard day at work. I just want to buy everything. So we can see the keyword shopping. It is shopping addiction. Second, I love the high I get from exercising. I wish I could be as muscular as those people in the gym. So we can see some keywords here. Exercising, gym, muscular. It is exercise addiction. Let's look at the last exercise. For this exercise, you will have 30 seconds to finish it. Time's up. Let's look at the answer. Drugs help me forget about all my worries. So we can see the keyword drugs. It is drug addiction. So let's talk about causes of addiction. In this photo, we can see there is a guy trying to fight. So it is domestic violence. The second photo, you can see there are many books, so it is exam stress. The third one is sadness. Number 4, it is parents' divorce. Number 5, it is curiosity. Number 6, it is peer pressure. Number 7, it is boredom. So let's do some exercise. You need to complete the exercise by writing the causes of addiction. So on the right hand corner, you will have a timer. You have 1 minute to finish the task. Time's up. Let's look at the answers. First one, the answer is boredom, because of the keywords doing nothing. Second, the answer is curiosity, because of the hint she wants to try everything. Next, again, you will have 1 minute to finish the exercise. Time's up. Let's look at the answers. The first one, the answer is domestic violence, because of the keywords parents and hit. Second, the answer is exam stress, because of the keywords exams. Next, again, you will have 1 minute to finish the task. Time's up. The first one, the answer is parents divorce, because of the keyword parents. Second, the answer is sadness, because of the keywords crying. So the last exercise, you have 30 seconds to finish this. So time's up. The answer is drugs, because of the keyword pills. Next, let's look at the ways to beat addiction. The first one is to set a limit. Second one is support from family and friends. The last one is to create a reward system. Number 4, talking to a counselor. Number 5, develop healthier hobbies. Number 6, changing social groups. So let's do some exercise. You need to complete the sentences by writing the ways to beat addiction. Again, you will have 1 minute to finish the task. So, time's up. First one, the answer is changing your social groups because of the keywords troubled teens and peer pressure. Second, the answer is create a reward system because of the last sentence. You will be more likely to follow through on your goals. Next, you will have 30 seconds to finish this exercise. Time's up. The answer is develop healthier hobbies because of the keywords playing sports. Next, you will have 1 minute to finish this exercise. Time's up. Let's look at the answers. First one is to set a limit. Because of the last part of the sentence, do not play video games for more than 1 hour per day. The second one, the answer is support from family and friends. Because of the second part of the sentence, you can seek help from them. Next, you will have 30 seconds to finish the task. Time's up. The answer is talking to a counselor because of the keyword professionals. So let's talk about charts and graphs. So in all the charts and graphs, we can see percentage. But what those percentages mean? So we need to learn how to generalize them. For example, if we see 100% of people, that means all of them. When it's 90% of them, that means nearly all of them. When it's 70%, that means the majority of them. When it's 50% of them, that means half of them. When it's 40%, it means nearly half of them. When it's 20%, it means a minority of them. When it's 10%, it means very few of them. When it's 0%, that means none of them. So what we need to know is to generalize the percentage. So let's talk about types of charts and graphs. We'll talk about 3 types of charts and graphs. First one, we can see a circle with percentage on it. It's pie chart. Second one, we can see the blue line. It is a line graph. In this one, we can see there are 6 bars. So it is a bar graph. Next, we have to understand the charts and graphs. So for example, when we have a chart, the first thing that we need to look at is the title of the chart or graph. So in the chart, we can see that how many social media accounts do you have will be the title. Second, we have to pay attention to what the x-axis and y-axis represent. The x-axis is the horizontal line, and the y-axis is the vertical line. So in this case, the x-axis means the number of social media accounts. The y-axis means the number of interviewees. So for example, if the question asks, how many people have 3 or 4 social media accounts? So first, we have to look at the x-axis because it means the number of social media accounts. So when we find the column 3 or 4, then we look at the y-axis because it means the number of interviewees. Then we can see that there are 200 people have 3 or 4 social media accounts. Next, we have to look for the legend in a pie chart which shows what the color represents. So each color represents different items. For example, the orange color means email, the green color means online shopping, the purple one means news and articles. So for example, when the question asks, what is the average percent of internet time that people spend on email? Because we know that orange implies email. So the answer is 25%. So here is a 5-step approach that can help you understand more about charts and graphs. You need to ask yourself 5 questions. First, what is the topic? Then you look for the title and reword it in your own words. Second, what is being measured? Then you look for labels to get an idea of what the graph is saying. Number 3, how is it being measured? Then you look for units and ask yourself if the units make sense. Number 4, is color coding used? And if so, how? Check for a key that explains the color coding. Color coding is often used to add additional information to your graph without taking up extra space. Last one, can I summarize this information in my own words? Then you look for a trend that you find interesting and mentally form a sentence about it. Last but not least, remember to do your homework. So this is the end of the class. Thank you everyone.